Welcome to the call tonight. It is June 19th, July. Oh my gosh, it's July. We're in July. That's crazy. It is July 19th. This is the FitChick Evolution team call for the week, and I'm super excited because it's been a really long time since we have done one of these, and I'm just super pumped because I think everybody needs to get to that point where, having team calls every week is something that we get excited about doing, because I feel like as a team, it keeps us more connected. Because I know personally when we were doing team calls every week, I felt like you girls were BFFs and we were really tight. And I feel like we were all mentally and emotionally a little bit better with this business. So that's what we're going to start doing. Tonight is the first inaugural call since probably March, I think. And so, eyelash. So we are going to start doing this every week. Same time, eyelash my eyeball. 8:30 every Tuesday night. Put it on your calendar. I'm going to be trying to come up with new content. I'm going to find coaches to speak on here because it's really important that we build our own team culture. I love the fact that we are a part of Miranda's huge team and that we're also a part of Melissa McAllister's team. And so, of course, we'll have those on Thursday nights if you cannot get on the Tuesday night call. But I think it is so important that we start our own thing. And I'm super pumped because there's 6 of 7 of us on here, and that's awesome. Kind of like rock star status. But what we're going to talk about tonight is casting vision over your business. And I apologize because there's going to be toddler interruptions. It's just going to happen. So bear with me. We're going to talk about casting vision over your business and just really honing in on that and figuring out how to run your month. Now, some of y'all already have a calendar that works for y'all. Stick with it. If it's working, use it. But if you have no idea how to plan out your month, we're going to kind of go over that a little bit just to kind of give an idea about what you should be doing and kind of the basic every week kind of breakdown things. So let's start. I'm going to share my screen. I did make some slides, but they're not super fancy because that's really not my thing. That is one of the things I'll be having my assistant do. I have an assistant. I feel really cool. That is one of the things I'll be having her do because that's just not my gift. So let's start here. We're going to go through this together, and I'm going to unmute y'all, and we're all just going to kind of talk about it as soon as I go over this, because I think it's important that we all share what our vision is and why we need this to work and what we're headed to. And I want you to write this down. I hope that y'all have pen and paper. I want you to write it down, and over the next week while I'm in Summit and Katie's in Summit, I want y'all to really start thinking about that, because if you didn't make it to Summit this year, I want you to make it a non-negotiable to be there next year. I honestly have never been, but I think that it's going to be a game changer for my business personally, and I hope that it's a game changer for our team and that I come back with some fresh content. But so what is your vision? Bye. What is your vision? What are you working towards? What do you need this business to work for? Why? What is it that you want to see happen in the future? And I need it to be so detail specific that you can see it, you can touch it, it's right there in front of you. Something that is maybe big, but then something that's right there, something that you can reach, something that's tangible. For you, that might be bringing in $200 a week consistently. For me, that's going to be bringing in about $2,000 a week consistently. I am literally on the brink of doing that if I can just stay consistent in what I'm doing. And that's a big part of what we do in this business. It is holding out and being able to stay strong when this business gets tough, because it does. And we all know that we go through times where it's just God bless America. Why did I sign up to do this? But then you have those people that reach out to you, that have been creeping you for months, and they say, I don't know how to say this, but I've been watching you for a while now, and I love your vibes. I love, the positivity that you bring to Facebook. I love that you're so real about your life. And that is one thing that is so important, is that you're authentic in what you're wanting. Maybe it's not a financial goal for you. Maybe it's just to help so many people, and be able to do some kind of good. For me, when I started, it wasn't about the business. It was about losing weight and and finding, you know, myself and finding something that I enjoyed for me. And then as people started asking me about it, it became about the business, because I knew that I had a calling to help people. I knew that I was called to serve, and this is one way that I can serve and still put my family first. And so that's what became the focal point of my why, is my family. For many of y'all that do know, that my husband works out of state. He lives in Oklahoma 5 days out of the week and just started getting weekends off. It's super exciting. And this is the first time in 2 years that he will be home consistently every single weekend. Combined total, he has lived in our house that we have owned for 2 years about 3 months. So this is a big step for us, but it's also time for me to push and really hone in on my vision, because I want to be able to bring him home. I want to make the kind of income that he makes in order to take care of our bills and to have money in the bank and to, Lord knows, set up a retirement, because we don't have that now. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm shooting for. We want a house and we want land and we want to be debt free. I'm in about $10,000 of credit card debt, and I have $14,000 in student loans, and we have cars that need to be paid off. We want to have more kids, like just things like that. And so it's narrowing out exactly what you want, putting it in the order that you want it to happen, and then looking at the action steps and saying, what do I have to do to get there? Do I have the kind of attitude that says it's make or break? Like, there's, as we say, there's no backup plan. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it up big. What are you willing to sacrifice to see this happen? Because it's a lot of sacrifice. You're going to give up some sleep. You're going to give up some of your time. You're definitely going to give up some of your TV and like free time activities. You're going to have to say no to some things on days that you know you need to work. It's a matter of prioritizing your time, because I'm getting a little taste of what it's like to be outside of the home a lot during the week, and then try to come home and work my business at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening and be like just exhausted. So I sympathize a lot with those of you that do that, because my gosh, it is hard. And I cannot imagine, you know, what y'all go through every week just to see some kind of progress in your business, just to make that team cycle bonus or go above and beyond. And those coaches that are like top in this company that have been able to do that while working, like, I want to high five them, because it's hard, especially when you have kids and they don't sleep all night. So I'm going to stop the share here real quick, and then we are going to kind of take turns and figure out what our vision is. Or do y'all want me to keep going through the slides and then we'll come back and do that? Thumbs up, thumbs down, somebody tell me. Thumbs up, keep going, or stop? Keep going?
Keep going, yeah.
Okay, keep going. All right then, fine, all right, geez. Okay, if you have no motivation, you have no vision. This has been so true for me since about probably the end of March, beginning of April, after I went through my miscarriage and losing my great-grandmother. Two things that just hit me unexpectedly, not necessarily losing my grandmother because she was older and was suffering from Alzheimer's, but just set me back a lot. And I lost sight of my vision, and I had no motivation to work. My paychecks weekly went from about $350 a week to about $14 a week. And the people that I have been working closely with suddenly started to drop off the face of the earth. I went through a coach loss of about 22 coaches from the end of March until the beginning of June. And for me, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, but it had to take me out of that victim mindset. Like, I was letting everything that was happening to me determine where I was headed. And that was one thing that I got tired of it. I got tired of feeling sorry for myself. I got tired of being stuck in that rut. I got tired of saying, well, I can't do this because this, or I can't do this because of that. And physically, no. Physically, I had to step back and say, okay, my body has to be a priority. My health has to be a priority. But what God showed me was that my priorities were out of whack. I was spending so much time working on this business, so much time not putting my husband first, not putting Reese first, not putting my quiet time first, that all of the things that I was dreaming and scheming about were not really in the plan. And through losing those coaches, I learned that. and it was a hard lesson to learn, but those weren't people that were going to be there through the long run. Those weren't people that were going to be there through the hard times. And granted, they had stuff going on themselves, but it was like when my attention couldn't be solely focused on them and helping them and hand-holding them, they went nowhere. And they just decided that they quit. And I love you all, and I want you all to succeed, but I can't always be there for you. At some point, you have to take it upon yourself to say, you know what, this is my business. I can be a self-made woman because it's been done before. There are some things that I can look up and figure out for myself, and then if I still don't know it, I have a whole team of coaches that can help me. Sometimes I have the struggle of feeling personally responsible for everyone's success. But y'all, I'm about as busy can get, and living off of 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night is not going to sustain me for the next year. So it's at that point where you go, okay, what do I want to do? Where am I going to go from here? When you just hit that wall and you kind of lose your vision, it's God's way of saying, have a clean slate, start over, do things the way that you want to do them, not the way that, someone tells you to do them. Granted, those things may work, but it also might be time for you to figure out something that works for you better, that works for your schedule, that's more your personality, that you would reciprocate with. Because a lot of times when we talk about doing these groups and, promoting the new stuff and talking about all this and implementing it into your life, if it's not for you and you know that it's not your personality, stand up and say, I really appreciate the help, but I think I'm going to do something else because I think for me personally, that's what's better. And I had a challenger today tell me that. And I said, you know what? I'm proud of you, because it takes a strong person to stand against what everyone else is doing and say, you know what? This is really working for me. I think I'm going to stick with this. It takes a lot of guts, because when you have 300-400 people doing one thing and it's working really well, but you have that one person that it's not working for, you got to be able to stand up and say, I need to do my own thing. I need to sparkle in my own way. Jamie, I see you. Actions begin with something you are worth or you are willing to fight for. Once you determine what your vision is, where you want to be. For me right now, my vision is December. I need to be bringing in $1,500 a week by December. That's a lot of work on my part, but at the same time, it's not, because I'm already headed towards that. It's just making it happen. It's just putting in the work and taking the action steps. And part of those action steps are getting on phone calls, are doing, live feeds in my personal Facebook. That's a little bit more public than my Women in Christ page, where I feel so safe and secure. It's stepping outside of my bubble and really, it's all done, I'm sorry. And really messaging people that I think would be great at this, because that's one thing I step back and doing is boldly messaging people and saying, you know what, I think that you would be perfect for this. Hold on, baby. Give me a minute, okay? Yes. Is boldly messaging people and saying, I think that you would be so great at this because you're doing it already. And I would be absolutely honored if you would let me show you why this would be great and how this could really change your life. Now, you have to be careful when you say that to people, because at some point they'll say, no, I'm too busy. And you say, that's okay. I would love to invite you to my free group. I'd love to kind of show you, work around that and show them that you're serious, and show them that you're not in it just for the sale, but because you think that they're a wonderful person and you would love to have them working with you. You think that they would add value to your team. Okay, go watch Wreck-It Ralph, and I'll give it in just a minute. Okay, thank you. So that's the second thing. So how to plan your month. Based on your vision, based on what you want to achieve, what do you need to accomplish? For me, I need to hit Success Club 20. That's 15 in my account and 5 in Zach's account, because that allows me to have leads in both accounts. I need to have so many personal volume points coming out, because that allows me to move up on the leadership ladder. I want to hit Premier by the end of this year, which means I have to be a 2-star diamond. I have to have 2 of my personally sponsored coaches hit diamond and hold that rank for 6 or 8 weeks, something like that. I also have to have coaches that are willing to hit Success Club so that our team can grow and we can receive that recognition, because that is a huge deal. It opens doors for new trainings. It opens the ability, it gives us the ability to work closely with corporate, which would be so awesome. It opens doors for being able to go to leadership and go to all of these different things. And that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for 5-star, but I'm okay with hitting 2-star, because 2-star is something that seems so elusive considering I hit diamond in January. So that's what I'm really pushing for. That is why in the next 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to be working really closely together. And the Team Cup is really important because I want y'all to see the value in creating something beautiful as doing teamwork in the Team Cup. Getting the points. Oh, poo. Okay, we're going to have to make this fast. Okay, go watch. Yes. Okay, go watch. Hang on, I'm almost done. Okay, so y'all, it is like crazy up in here. I can't lose my mind. So start with a free group. Start with something that you're really good at, something that you know a lot about. For me, that is the high-fat, low-carb. I know a lot about that. I've done a lot of research on that. Maybe it's using the containers or doing different things with, okay, I'll go get it in a minute. Watch check her out. I'll be there in a second. Okay. So whatever you're really good at. It doesn't have to be cleaning. It could be a squat challenge. It could be anything. The idea is to implement some of the stuff that you use in running regular challenge groups, getting people engaged, letting them see a little bit about who you are and what is important to you and why you are perfect to work with them. You are the important one, not the product. So know that. Don't make it about the product. Make it about you, so that if they're not ready after the free group, they might still come to you for something else. They feel comfortable enough to share their life with you, and it's not just about the products. Last thing, and then we'll try to chat just a second. And if it goes out on me, y'all stay on, and I'll open it up again. Okay, so how to plan your month. If you already have this, don't listen to this, but how I plan my month, and this is the way that it's been working for me. The first week of the month, I run my free group. I've been really bad about keeping it to just 1 week, but I'm going to start in August keeping it to 1 week. The first week of the month, do free groups. The first whole week of the month, let's say that. Whole week of the month, do free group. For me, I'm going to stick with a high-fat, low-carb because I know a lot about that. The second week of the month, I'm going to start inviting the people that were in the free group to my paid challenge group. They've kind of seen a little bit about what we're doing, why it's good, seeing some of my motivation and encouragement that I post in there. They see me being accountable by sharing my workouts and my shake, recipes, whatever. So they kind of know what they're getting. They kind of see the value in that. Not everybody is going to understand the whole challenge pack thing and why it's necessary. That's something that you really have to figure out. What is the value of a challenge pack to you, and convey that to them. For me, it's always about the discount. Right now, the 21-day fix is on sale. It's about getting that $10 program and the containers and the quick start guide and the calendar after you buy Shakeology. It makes sense. The third week of the month, I want everybody to kind of start teaming up to do coaching opportunity events, whether it is live and you do like a live stream feed, which if you do that, I really encourage you to have notes, because otherwise you're just going, like I always do. Or you can do like an event page, and you can have a couple of days where you share, like, breadcrumb your story, and then on the actual night of your event, you have like a series of posts. Marina has all of these saved in the Fresh and Fit team page. You just have to go in there, read them, tweak them to make it yours. You can add graphics and pictures that kind of talk about your family, because one thing that she did was like a little intro video where she shared pictures of herself and kind of talked about, like, almost like her testimony a little bit about how her life had changed and why she loves this business. And then the third week is prep week for your paid challenge group. So people that have bought the challenge pack, that are already in that group, you want to start sharing stuff about how to prepare. what they're going to look for, what's coming up, what maybe sharing your meal plan or your grocery list or whatever. I've been sharing Melissa McAllister's because to me it's easy, and I haven't really had time to sit down and make my own yet. I know, it's terrible. Then the 4th week, you're going to go into your paid group. You're going to start on Sunday night, and you're going to do an intro post, preferably a video, and just kind of sit and talk about your life. Basically, just sit and talk about you a little bit, and what you're expecting from this group, what they should expect from you, and kind of the ways that you're going to be engaging. Set the precedent for how active you are going to be in that group. If you work outside of the home, don't tell them you're going to post in there 6 times a day. Tell them, I do work outside the home. I do have another job. I will try to check in as frequently as I can, but I will definitely be posting my workout, my shake, and something else, like a positive encouragement. Let them know what you're able to do. And then, okay, so my free group, I'm just going to keep doing the same one. I'm just going to go in there and delete posts and delete the people out and then kind of recycle everything. That way, I don't have to worry about starting a fresh group, finding all the documents, doing all of that again. I can just recycle it, set up my posts to post from Hootsuite. That way it's there at the same time every morning, and they're ready to get started. Okay, that's it. Oh, I don't know what I just did. There we are. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to end this. I'm going to hang up, and then I'm going to start another one so we don't get cut off. Okay? Everybody stay on, and then we'll talk about our vision. So this is the end. I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Bye.